Today I'm going to be revealing 5 different things that I'm doing this fall to help support my gut health and my hormones. We've started to kind of learn that the gut and our hormones are so interconnected. So what we have going on inside of our gut can actually influence how the rest of our body works, because hormones help send signals that help our organs work and help the rest of our body to function in harmony together. We need all these things to be intact, to be healthy and be well from the inside out. And if you're new here, my name is Kara. I'm a holistic health coach and nutritionist, and I specialize in helping you heal your gut. And I like to do it in a way that helps bring sustainability to the table, because I used to be struggling with an eating disorder for 11 years and I was not able to maintain a healthy lifestyle and be well because I was restricting the things that I really enjoyed. My message is all about how to bring a healthy lifestyle and sustainability together so you don't go crazy and just be robbed of everything. And my hope is that some of these ideas and things that I have found really helpful, these things that I've decided to do, are gonna also help you out in whatever your goals are at this time. Number 1 is actually making sure that I'm eating more vegetables in my meals. So I like to have about half of my plate in vegetables like zucchini, onions, squash, carrots. I like to cook my vegetables in the morning. As you're seeing me make in this breakfast, I'm shaving a little bit of zucchini, I'm chopping some red onion and putting it with my eggs. So I'm getting some nutrients from vegetables straight away at the beginning of my day. And just to make it balanced, I do add some cheese, and so I'm getting quite a balance here. I found that I don't need as many carbohydrates all the time. So if I'm doing if I'm gonna do a bigger workout and I'm planning to do that, I'll have maybe a little bit more carbohydrates. Right now, I know that today I'm not gonna be doing anything super strenuous. I've learned that through trial and error. That's just what works really well for me. The other part to my food choices is gonna be eating a lot of seasonal produce, so squash, root vegetables like carrots, turnips, some sweet potatoes, some more potatoes. Our ancestors would eat what they had around, what was in season, and seasonal produce has very rich vitamins, and additionally, if you can get it local, that shortens the time that it's been transported, and so the nutrients inside are actually most viable if you're able to get it local and seasonal. I'm also choosing organic produce whenever possible to avoid pesticides and herbicides that could interfere with my hormones in my gut. Number 2 is sea salt. So as we've heard, taking too much salt can cause high blood pressure and issues with retaining water, and that can be a problem for many of us when it comes to our health. But what we don't hear about very often is how sea salt can actually be a better choice for getting your sodium intake. Let me tell you why. Sea salt is full of a lot of trace minerals, and we need minerals to maintain a heartbeat, to think properly, and have good energy levels, and also microscopic processes like repairing DNA. Did you know that about 50% of Americans are actually deficient in magnesium? Magnesium is really important because it supports our heart health, muscle health, nerve health, and it also is one of the minerals that helps keep your heart beating right now. In the hospital, when somebody would have an issue with their heart or they would go into cardiac arrest, one of the first things that we would hang would be calcium or magnesium. And that's because these minerals a lot of times are responsible for our heart going out of rhythm. It's interesting to me that some of the life-saving measures that we would do would be to hang minerals in an IV bag. And unfortunately, our produce isn't as mineral rich as it used to be a lot. In really industrialized farming, where we've farmed the same land so many times over, that soil doesn't have as much minerals that it used to. And it doesn't have that much time to rest and regenerate. It doesn't get replenished like it would when the fields had seasons to rest. Sea salt can actually help with this. So pink sea salt actually has almost 90 trace minerals in it: selenium, zinc, copper, magnesium, and of course sodium chloride, which is what salt is. But I like to get sea salt every day. In my recipes, I'll just sprinkle a little bit on top, and then I know that I'm supporting my minerals. And sometimes I'll also supplement magnesium. One of the best ways to get your minerals is to be eating a wide variety, lots of different foods, and foods that are whole foods, not processed, broken down, packaged, because those ones are actually stripped of a lot of their nutrient content. Number 3 in what I'm doing is I'm taking walks outside daily. So not only does this help get my vitamin D levels that I need every single day, but it also helps me to balance my serotonin levels out. They found in the study that they studied people for 90 minutes in traffic and 90 minutes outside in nature. And the nature walking group had more regulated function of the prefrontal cortex, which actually is responsible for helping us process negative emotions. So we can ruminate a lot on negative thoughts, and our prefrontal cortex is the part of the brain where this happens. So that actually was decreased in people that walked in nature for 90 minutes. So the science is backing up what we know to be true through already about how nature can be really therapeutic for our mental health. This type of cardio actually helps lower blood pressure as well. Number 4 is I'm supplementing beef organs in my diet. So beef organs are really rich in B vitamins, particularly B12, and also compounds like ALA, which can protect our mitochondria from damage. Mitochondria help us produce energy in our body. And so I'm taking the female reproductive organs because I believe in the philosophy behind organ meat supplements that like supports like. It has compounds, peptides, amino acids, and things that will support my reproductive hormones and my organs as well. I've started to take it because I had some PMS symptoms that I wanted to see if they could improve after I felt like I had done everything. In this case, I feel like supplementing has really supported my need for just some extra additional support with PMS symptoms. And 5 is last but not least, exterior care. So things that I'm doing on the outside and not just putting in my body, they actually affect my hormones and my gut health. Things like blue light from our screens can interfere with melatonin production, which is the thing that helps us have a restful night's sleep and help us feel tired at nighttime. Blue light from our screens can actually block that from producing enough, so it can actually keep you from feeling sleepy. So I like to wear blue light glasses in the evening time if I'm still using my screens. I haven't completely perfected my nighttime routine where I'm off of screens before bed. On the nights that I do use screens right before I go to sleep, I'm putting those blue blockers on whenever possible to help myself to feel sleepy at an appropriate time. Because we also need to feel tired, and we also need to be able to rest enough hours in the nighttime for our hormones and our gut to repair and be healthy. I'm swapping all my plastic containers whenever possible for glass, things that are free from BPA, which can interfere with hormones. And I'm swapping my soaps and my shampoos for things more natural, like this soap that my sister made for me. It's made from goat's milk and it has rosemary in it, and this actually is better for my skin, and I know that it doesn't have the chemicals in it like sodium lauryl sulfate that I'm trying to reduce, which actually can dry out the skin more. But I'm mainly looking for things that are free of parabens, sulfates, phthalates, BPA, and yes, these are all like a bunch of fancy words, but what actually makes them so bad for you? I get it. So when you think about it, these are products we use every day over time, so their cumulative effect is really what's going to make the impact over time. Think about the cookware and the storage containers, the soaps that you've been using since you were little. Like if those have compounds in them that have now been revealed to cause issues and inflammation and disrupt our hormones, think about how much of a difference it would make to remove those and swap those for things that don't actually cause issues over time, because our body that needs an absence of those toxins in order to repair. It can't repair when it keeps being bombarded by toxins from the inside and the outside, and so what we use on the outside actually can be absorbed into our body and actually affect us inside as well. Thing is, overhauling takes time, but it's absolutely so worth it. If you want to learn more about gut health, I've got a whole playlist about gut health and how I healed my gut here. I invite you to check that out, and then leave a comment below. What are you doing for your hormones as well? Subscribe if you enjoy seeing videos like this in your feed, and I will see you next time. Bye!